My mic is muted. Thank you for pointing it out. I'm back. Everything is fine. Look, the Biden campaign too powerful. I made a joke at the expense of some mailers, and Secret Service got me. Secret Service not very on the ball this week, but apparently they're on the ball enough to shut this stream down. Nice and quick. I will say one other thing I will say one other amusing anecdote around the weekend's events that is, trying to find something not miserable to say about it. At the time that the event occurred at the weekend involving Trump, obviously the shooting was trending on Twitter, but so, in a purely coincidental event, was musician Frank Iero was trending at the same time for completely unrelated reasons. But he tweeted an image of him and Trump tweeting at the same time. Then the tweet simply said, "I swear it wasn't me." Because Frank Iero, formerly of My Chemical Romance, got in some hot water with the FBI many years ago for releasing a song called "I Want to Kill the President of the United States," a song he is banned from re-releasing or performing live by the fucking US government. So it was pretty funny that his name was trending at the same time as that event went down, and he had to go, "Look, I know what you're thinking, everyone. Not me, didn't do it." Anyway, tell me about yourself.
I have some more questions.
Why am I not surprised?
There we go. Only lost like half of the viewers we had while
I'll let you get back to
in
work.
the stream going down.
Yes?
Can you tell me more about the Seekers?
The Seekers of Truth were born from the original Inquisition long ago, when it united with the Chantry. Seekers stood above the Templars, watching over them but also investigating magical events they couldn't handle. We were meant to be incorruptible, above reproach. How seldom does reality match the ideal?
But what are Seekers exactly?
Those who know anything of us think we are Templars. We do not use lyrium, however. Our abilities are different, as was our original purpose. We disciplined the Templars and were accountable only to the Divine. And not even her, truthfully.
So the Seekers commanded the Templars?
No, the Order didn't assume command until after the rebellion. The Templars have always feared us. When a Seeker arrived at a circle, they knew trouble was afoot. That kind of power is troubling. You begin to think you are the only one who can solve the world's problems. If you don't see a problem, it doesn't exist. If someone insists it does, they are the blind ones.
Do you think that kind of problem could ever be fixed?
Possibly. Though the Seekers themselves would need to change. They were clearly not willing to, even though they abandoned everything they stood for to avoid it. In my heart, I believe they can still be salvaged, but not by their own hands.
You mentioned that Seekers have different abilities than Templars.
Entirely. A Templar's abilities come from lyrium and are designed to hunt mages. Ours come from ritual and many years of dedicated training. We cannot be possessed by demons and are immune to mind control. Useful,
Very
considering
useful.
our role. Seekers can gain other gifts, though that depends on the individual.
What kind of gifts do you have?
Some Seekers use it to interrogate, others simply to paralyze. Once there was a Seeker who could use it to kill. That particular gift is considered rare.
Why did your order turn against the Chantry?
It was felt Most Holy had tacitly allowed the Circle of Magi to vote on its independence, thus breaking the treaty. The Seekers saw themselves as justified, and they led the Templars into a war of righteousness.
You sound like you disagree.
We knew what was happening at Kirkwall, where the Mage Rebellion began. We looked into reports of Knight Commander Meredith's harsh treatment of her charges years earlier. If we'd been there when it happened, if we'd looked harder at the root causes.
You seem to care a great deal about it.
Too much, if you ask the rest of my order. When faced with a problem, the Seekers would close ranks and crush it. We would find an answer, but only once we felt we weren't being coerced. The moment the mages voted for independence, our response was predictable. It was difficult to watch.
How does someone become a Seeker?
Most Seekers begin training in their youth. We train rigorously for years. Our bodies and minds must be elastic to undergo the vigil, and most fail even then.
Is the vigil some kind of initiation?
It is the rite every Seeker must go through in order to summon their gifts. A full year of fasting, prayer, and separation from all distractions, including other people. We empty ourselves of all emotion, focusing only on the purity of our devotion. And the moment it finally ends, it's wonderful. Faith realized. I cannot put it into words.
I wish I could experience that.
If the vigil was not so arduous, I'd say more should attempt it. What if mages never needed to fear possession by demons? I'm told it is impossible, however. I suppose I'll never know the truth of it now.
Thimba, I have heard this stuff about Genshin Impact. As I understand it, the gist is every time they do a new region in Genshin Impact, it's based on a real-world region, and the new one they're doing seems to be based on a region that covers, like, South America, portions of Africa, Southeast Asia. I believe, like, there's, like, clear cultural references from, like, those three areas. But that they're being criticized because, like, all the characters in this new region are pretty fucking white looking. Particularly some of the introduced characters are, like, references to real-world figures that existed, or real-world, cultural characters that, you know, are beliefs of the cultures that created them, and to portray those as white, or at the very least, not present them as ethnically relevant to the places that the cultural stuff is relevant to. Pretty fucking disrespectful. And yes, I've seen that, like, voice actors for Genshin Impact are publicly calling out the developer to, like, make changes. And you know it's getting bad when people who've made a living working on a game are talking about how much things need to change on it. So
I have no more questions.
yeah, we've got one last person, Cullen, left to have a conversation with. But I think I'm going to leave Cullen until Wednesday's stream, because that gives us a bit of plot to start off with on Wednesday. Can I not? Okay, I can save here. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to come back on Wednesday, we'll talk to Cullen, and then we'll work out, like, where we're going to go next and what we're going to do plot-wise next. But yeah, thank you very much everyone for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I'll be back 10 PM UK, 10 PM UK, 5 PM Eastern, 2 PM Pacific on Wednesday with another stream. Usually I would be streaming on Friday as well. I won't be streaming Friday this week, but I will be Monday, Wednesday, Friday of next week. So look forward to another stream on Wednesday. If you miss any of these, feel free to catch them up on YouTube, or as a VOD here on Twitch. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good one. I'm going to go get some sleep. Goodbye.